Tennessee, because first of all, it's Tennessee, and I just hate them because they low down, they dirty, they some snitches, and I hate Philadelphia. I hate their colors. I'm not a dog person. I just hate Tennessee, man. Like, and I hate Neyland Stadium. It looks like a garbage truck worker convention, and I hate all their quarterbacks. I hate Tennessee, man.
Describe what you feel about their colors too. I thought that was interesting.
It reminds me, and it's not that orange that you can stand. See, I hate Tennessee more than I hate Auburn. I just dislike Auburn. I hate Tennessee. See, Tennessee's colors is that throw up orange. It's not that orange that you can sit with. It's that puke inside of a pumpkin orange. And I don't like pumpkins. So I really don't like Tennessee, man. I can't stress that enough, man. And they losers. They sore losers because they're not Alabama, and I hate Tennessee, man.
That was beautiful, man. Probably the best interview I've done all year. Thank you, man.
Dude, man, I can't stress that enough.
Well, you heard that, man. Need I say more? Roll Tide, Alabama Nation. Welcome to Tight Sports. I'm going to try something new right now. If this music is too loud, please tell me in the comments. I will turn it down, but I gotta keep my groove in there. Roll Tide, Alabama Nation. Thank you for joining me today on whichever virtual space you have decided to use. Tell everybody to lock me in and let's talk about your Crimson Tide. And your Crimson Tide, the greatest football dynasty that the world has ever seen. I did not turn my fan on. This shirt is gonna be full of sweat before this is over. Before we get rolling, share a pound with a brother and drop that pound right on that subscribe button as you settle in. Only the power of people can blast this channel into the deep 5-digit regions of YouTube and beyond, preferably sooner than later. And remember, if I successfully stimulate the happy juice in your gray matter and make your funny bone jiggle, please let the algorithm know what I'm doing over here by pressing that like button and poking it right in the eye. Ladies and gentlemen of the Crimson Tide Nation, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight and welcome to Tennessee Hate Week. And let me tell you, college football didn't just give us a weekend. It gave us a demolition derby of egos. I mean, did you see these games this weekend? It was a demolition of egos, illusions, and flat out frauds. Let's start with the coaching carousel. 8 coaches, count them. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coaches have been fired already, and it is mid-October. Just like I said, you got to do it early because of this NIL transfer portal era. You just can't wait to December. I mean, that's not like a coaching carousel. It's a blender out there these days. James Franklin, well done. Oh, I got sound today. Well, James Franklin, well done, young man, or whatever. Well done for James Franklin. I mean, this guy walked away with estimated $50 to $56 million for getting shown the door. I'm sure that wasn't the case with Trent Bray over there at Oregon State. I mean, there are more pink slips flying around here than at a clearance rack at Office Depot. I just don't get it. I mean, the sport doesn't wait for December anymore. If you can't win, you go home. Get up out of here. Beat it, you bum. Except for James Franklin. He's a football royalty now, even though he don't have a crown. And while coaches are getting tossed like yesterday's game plan, you got SEC's officiating has just been stealing headlines for all the wrong reasons. Auburn fans, I'm going to address it. Auburn fans are still screaming about the Georgia game. Jackson Arnold, he scored a touchdown, y'all. But somehow, after a 10-minute review, they decided that man for the ball. Boy, that's trash. I mean, I feel for you. I feel for you. Treating that man like he actually is Arnold Jackson. You know, Arnold Jackson. Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum, but my breath you, my night breath son, he's a man of hope. For people of a certain age, you know what I'm talking about. But I want to remind everybody, even people at Auburn, hope is not a plan. So now that touchdown turned into a turnover, the momentum flip, Georgia walked away with the win, Kirby up on the table. I said, you just beat a 3-3 team. Kirby, get down. You didn't learn that at the Capstone Coaching Clinic. So SEC officiating has become a main character every Saturday. And trust me, and I know you already know it, nobody bought a ticket to see that. But while the Zebras are fumbling calls, Alabama is busy. You know, Alabama is busy fumbling these narratives. 3 straight wins, 3 straight weeks of undefeated opponents. Georgia, Vanderbilt, Missouri, we left them with a black eye. Same black eye we got from FSU, 1 loss. And 3 straight wins that, they pretty good. You know, that's not luck. That's kind of like, that's a little bit of that legacy creeping out in there. You know, that's not survival. It's a supremacy to the first couple. And we're working on it. We keep going. I don't want to get too over my skis right here. But the Tide didn't beat them. They broke them, man. I mean, it was physical. They've been hitting harder every week. And now Tennessee week has cast its evil shadow over Bama Nation. Alabama fans are locked in because it's personal. It's personal. Third Saturday in October, it's not just a rivalry, it's a blood oath. Like the man said, I don't like Auburn, I hate Tennessee. They snitches. They know they snitches. Documented snitches. We hate Tennessee. We hate that orange, the arrogance, the goalposts, and everything else they got up there on Stinky Top. This week is not just about football. It's about vengeance. And let's talk about the media. I guess I'm going to hit the media as many times as they hit us with all their falsehoods and narratives that have been wrong. All summer long, they said Alabama was finished. Ty Simpson wasn't ready. They didn't see the man throw a football. Coach DeBoer can't handle the SEC at all to no degree. He ain't going to make it. He ain't going to make it. Well, you got 3 SEC wins. You know, it's pretty doggone good. Some people ain't able. They told you also, some of them, many of them, enough of them said Missouri, you know, was going to take the Tide down. Now, even though their best win was against UMass, they said the same Missouri, who hadn't faced a ranked opponent all year. I mean, they look better than the 34-0 team we played last year. I will admit that. And they dang sure played a lot better than that team we met last year. But they said Alabama was going to take a downfall. Whether it was, taking a step back because it's been too physical, whether it was going to be a letdown against all the hype around. No, wrong, loud and wrong, proud and wrong. All them talking heads just wrong. And it's not just the Alabama they've been wrong about. They was been wrong about Penn State. Sorry, Brother Franklin. They said y'all was going to take the next step. Y'all were going to be the next one. So you had Michigan, you had Ohio State. This is Penn State's year. Supposed to be a playoff contender. Instead, they fired the coach. You lost to UCLA. And then you lost to Northwestern. Michigan got humbled. Arizona State just been falling apart all year, from what I could tell. Been exposed. Oregon got exposed. Cincinnati just went it's just feathers and feathers and everything all over a bunch of bloody Nikes out there. Knocked out at home by Indiana. Florida State, while it's not a prominent program anymore, they lost again, proving that the week 1 was their Super Bowl. You know, and they've been hung up to my hangovers, talking about getting over the emotional hurdle. Norvell. As my man, Coach 50, what's the dude, Coach 50? He called him, man, Nor Davis, Coach Nor Davis. Y'all so hungover, man. I want to get y'all to seek counsel, cinnamon rolls. Help is available. BetterHelp.com. You ain't got to leave your house. And the rankings. Don't get me started. They're about as those rankings that we've been looking at are about as reliable as gas station sushi. If you don't know what that is, you don't want to know, go to a gas station, see sushi, just leave. Just leave the whole place. Don't even get the gas. So 1 week you're in the top 5, the next week you're not ranked. The voters don't know what they're watching. The media seems like they don't know what they're talking about. They're just unreliable. Meanwhile, Alabama just keeps stacking wins. Missouri came in undefeated, averaging 45 points a game. Bo Preble playing the best ball of his career. And what happened? Held him 24 points, 2 interceptions, control the clock, near 39 minutes. Very simple formula when you add that clock in. When you get 39 minutes on the clock, it's going to be hard for anybody to beat you. Ty Simpson, the guy who couldn't handle it, the guy who wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to Saban was here. He's definitely not going to be ready now. 23 for 31, 3 touchdowns. No picks. I think he had a fumble, maybe. No picks. You know, 4th down, including a 4th down, a little short dagger, not a crazy dagger, but he put a dagger on him right there at the end of the game. But with everything that we're going through, Alabama has survived it all. What we got going on here? So I'm happy. I hope you're happy. And hopefully we're going to get to some more of this stuff if I can pull my doggone notes back up. There you go. Where we going here? Time for me to get this computer out of here. You fire, computer. Yeah, but you know, doing pretty good. I won't say they'll run the table, but maybe we can do just well enough to get in the playoffs. And you know, who knows what can happen once you get there. The road to 19 is long and daunting. So let's be clear: Alabama isn't just surviving the gauntlet; we'll be coming the gauntlet. A lot of people got to come through us to do anything to prove themselves to the rest of America. So we're playing some suffocating defenses. Still got to work on that running defense. The tide is rolling. The haters are reeling, and the Tennessee, you up next. So tonight we'll break down where the tide is nationally after the Missouri game with some of the statistics. Alabama is just not built to compete, but to conquer. But while the rest of college football is firing coaches, fumbling calls, getting depressed because of the referees, falling apart, Alabama is doing what Alabama has been known to do. Proving everybody else wrong first. And do we do a little winning in between every once in a while too? So we'll look at the running game woes and what's being done to remedy that problem. I know everybody's been asking. They want to throw Coach Womack out, but I just want to take a look and see if they're going to do other things that are working to help the run game. Because while I think one of those teams, I can't know if it was Missouri or Vandy, they ran over Alabama in the first half, and one of them got 9 yards in the next half. But by the numbers, your Crimson Tide, 36, number 36 in the country, with 34.8 points. Tennessee is number one. Now, the last 3 teams that we beat, they scored more points than University of Alabama per game. Didn't matter, did it? The Tide is rushing offense was 102, but averaging 126.5 a game. Mizzou is still number 6 at 270 rushing yards a game, if you can believe that. They ain't get no 270 against us. They got a lot. They got too many, but not that. 15th in passing offense at 304 per game. That's Tide. That's efficiency. And by the numbers, our players, Ty Simpson, 279 yards a game, passer rating of 172, making him 11th when you rank them all. 16 touchdowns, 1 interception this year. You won't find a better group receivers in the nation. Although I really just looked up Ohio State. They got everybody's listed. I did a search. Both of Ohio State's primary receivers are in the top 100, but Alabama has 3 in the top 100 in the country. You know who they are: Williams, Horton, Bernard. I don't know if anybody else got that many up there. Maybe 1 or 2 schools. Maybe Oregon. So they start playing somebody. Running backs are still trending up. Jam may be down. Kevin Riley and Daniel Hill are still steaming ahead. But they got to work on that pass blocking, because I think that's what keep an AK Deer, a freshman, off of the doggone field. But kind of surprised Richard Young is not a better pass blocker. I've seen it. It's horrible. You got to work on it. Got to be much better this weekend. If you cannot pass block, you can't play. Now, Daniel Hill, they said he had been ailing until this last week, so he got a chance to play. Hey, it's right on time with Jam going down. I'm not worried about him being able to pass block. The man is a stud, and he's an athlete. Turnover margin. It's really a team stat because they do your takeaways versus your giveaways. The Crimson Tide is tied for number 2 with UNLV behind University of Maryland. Coach Loxley, another proud alumnus of the Capstone Coaching Clinic. I call it the Triple C. Time of possession, Alabama is 7th in the nation. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 7th in the nation in time of possession at 34 minutes per game. Y'all just don't know how much easier, even if you got flaws, man, on defense. If we can crack that number up to about 36, I didn't see what number 1 was. Can't be too far, but being number 7, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Defense is ranked 22nd in scoring, giving up 17.3 a game. 18th nationally in total defense and yards allowed at 292.3 per game. 3rd in passing defense, which would most certainly get tested on Saturday. But Tennessee is kind of like, they go scorched earth. They don't do a lot of short passes. They really hurl that ball down the field. But this passing defense is going to get tested. But right now they're giving up 135.7 yards per game. 95th in rushing defense, 156.67. I want to talk about that for a second. In the games where the Crimson Tide is giving up 60 points, 160 yards per game, I just noticed a theme. When you look at this, and I got a lot of these. Let me see. when you look at this play right here. See, that represents nearly half of the doggone running. I mean, not third, but a good third or 20% of the running yards you gave for the game. Now look at this thing. He comes in here. I don't know if you can see the linebacker. That's going to be Jefferson. He slid over. He just hopped over, and he's almost in front of Lawson. But he came over, but the guy put his foot in the doggone ground, and he's headed the other way now. Boom! That hole is wide open. You hear people talking about run fit? That run fit really just means fit your body in that hole. See, he's there. He hops over. And then he hops out and he cuts back on him. There's a real small margin of error. And I don't know where the people in the secondary are. I can't tell you. I don't know where they are. Here's another one. Now, right there, look at this. Watch this. He cuts outside. Now, number one, that's Damani Jackson. He knows he's supposed to have what they call outside leverage, folks. Meaning basically, you got help outside. Don't count on the sideline being your friend because we don't have time for you to measure to see how far you are from the sideline. So right there, if he was swatting at him, he could have cut him to the inside, but maybe somebody comes to help you. Well, this right here, this is what happens. And I don't know why he ain't take his legs or do nothing. He finally pushed him out. Here goes another one. I think this is the pass play. Yeah, right after they did that play, this play kind of happened, right? Damani Jackson he's having a bad night that day. He had a couple of bad moments. Let's just say that. I ain't gonna say I won't get out there and do any better. So watch this. He's watching, looking in the backfield. Oh, just like that. This play is over. Just like that. Now he came into the season highly ranked, highly talented to go early in the NFL draft, but you got to fix that. I mean, he got to fix that some kind of way. Same thing here. It's hard. Like you may have two people get in the hole, but most cases, it's just one. It's just one. It ain't gonna be no whole bunch of people in the whole way for you to mess around with. Look at this, right here. Boom. Our linebackers jump back. Notice that it's not the ball; they jump back. Oh, it is a run play. Let me jump back in. Too late. I'm blocked. Bray Hubbard is on the other side of this play. Y'all see where the ball is going. I'm going this way because there's nobody there. Who was supposed to be there? I don't know. I don't know who's supposed to be there. All I'm seeing Damani Jackson again. What's happening here? It's a reverse. That guy's fast. Who's supposed to have that outside leverage again? It's Damani Jackson. It's a theme for this game, at least. So right here, I try to look and see who was doing what. This guy got blocked. He got to get rid of this person. But Damani Jackson did out there wrestling with the receivers, and you heard it on my show several times. Coach Saban had this thing when he watched. If you couldn't get off of, I don't care how good you cover, if you couldn't get off of a block, you couldn't play for him. Because he knows stuff like this was going to happen. Right here. Here we go again, all to the races. This is Vanderbilt. That man dusted them off quick, fast, and easy. And I wish I had the one where you could see the play from behind. It even makes more sense. It's clear. So look at the linebackers about to come into that hole. But he gets blocked by a offensive lineman. The safety, see that person, back it up. I wish I could back this up a lot easier. If you could look, the defensive back coming down. He keeps his outside leverage, so I don't think this is his hole to fill. Although he's filling that one, and the defensive end has outside leverage now. So somebody was supposed to be in that hole right there. Was it Bray Hubbard? I don't know, because this man is off to the races. They teach it. They sit literally. These people sit down in rooms, guard rooms, and they talk about this. They watch this stuff over and over again. It's gotten better. But what happens when you get ripped for 50 yards? And then they go and they put together 50 other yards. That's a touchdown, folks. So somebody averaging 150 yards on us, that's a touchdown. Which play was this? And they had definitely had moments. This is that fumble. One thing I noticed since this game right here, they've started to hit these quarterbacks harder and harder, and just do that because that I don't know. Diego Pavia actually runs more. He usually runs a lot more, but he started getting hit early in that game, and he stopped running so much. Same thing happened with the Missouri guy. Speaking of Missouri, watch this. Hope I don't get in trouble using. I'm doing my best. I just want to talk about this stuff. Look at this. Just nobody out there. Who's the outside leverage guy? I mean, and it's probably I didn't watch Missouri enough to know if their quarterback normally runs sweeps and stuff like this by itself, bootlegs. It's like, why did he get it? I just don't understand. Like boom, boom. They're coming down, and here he comes. He's blocked. Maybe he was supposed to be outside leverage. I don't know. And the money's coming from the middle of the field, but he's not a safety. Maybe he was playing a different position in that one. Maybe he was supposed to come up harder, and he didn't even put a lot of effort into that tackle. It's an easy tackle, but come on now. Boom. Oh yeah. Look at that. This is some kind of zone, and I'm not really mad at Bray. You cannot defend. There's no defense against the perfectly thrown ball. So he met the man. The ball just drops in. Freeze it. Look at what Damani Jackson is standing. Damani Jackson is standing with the Missouri football team. What was he doing? It's a zone. He's supposed to come up and make a play. Watch where he ends up. Now I understand looking for bird dogging that ball. You can look for interception, but Playboy, why is you out of bounds? You know you was in the zone. You know who's in the zone. There ain't nobody behind you. This man overran the play going for a ball that may have gotten on it over a very tall. I think this guy is 6'7". But it's kind of like the roles were reversed. He thought he was still playing cornerback because Hubbard is a safety, but you saw the safety get beat. Don't you know you the guy that got to make the tackle? I mean, it don't. Which play is this? It's just I just wanted to illustrate this stuff because this is crazy. Oh yeah. I remember this. Yeah. Let me tell you something. And the Kyle Hill Green, I got 2 plays on here. See what that guy doing? Yeah. Keep your eye on the Kyle Hill Green because he ain't playing with him out there. He ain't playing with him at all. That man is bringing physicality to the game. It just leaped out to him. I said, I got them. What is he doing to people? He go another one. You want the ball? Okay. Nice catch. Huh? No, come get me. Come on. Yeah, come get me. Come get me. It's the game, man. You hit them hard enough, they don't want to play no more. Or can't play. Why look at that's a hell of a catch. Watch how he crushed him with his body weight. Look at this. On the ball, on his body. They do that at the chiropractor office, but usually you gotta pay a copay before you get that kind of treatment. Watch that. Just let all 240 just lay on him. It's more than one way to skin a cat. Sometimes you can beat him, and sometimes look at it. Look at that. How did they get through this? It's a whole run blitz. How does this dude get through this? And look who makes the tackle. The freshman. Look at, I just don't know what happened. Everybody standing around. I need to back it up for a second. Everybody standing around. Oh my God. Oh man, say go, Mr. Coach Go 50. Oh God. Oh my God. I'm playing the SEC versus. So everybody, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 9 people. They're in a tight set, so we're in a tight set. They got open like a can of worms, but the people were blitzing from the outside. I heard the film guy say he just wished with the athleticism that Alabama has, you don't have to do all that. It's a run blitz. A, B, C, both sides. Or if it's, I don't know if it's 1, 3, what we did in Pee Wee, it was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it is. You got 9 people, you got 9 things you can blitz. Don't be sending, they sent 2 people around. See, this is the case where the call, the schematic, the coach Womack call trying to outsmart people, you know, trying to trick them. This is one of the cases where trying to out-trick them just did not work well. It wasn't the best. It's like if you're going to send 9 people, let everybody just get a lane and just go through there like a locomotive. And they didn't do that. So I just wish I had the all 22 for like the shot from the end zone. You would see. There's nobody there. I think this is the one where I think I do have a brief shot. I couldn't find the replay that broke this down, because after they ran this play, the people at ABC tried to talk about what happened, and I think I may have a little. See right here, this is the play. If you see where they're gonna circle Jefferson, because I guess they're trying to say it was Jefferson's fault. See where his head is? In Coach Womack's press conference, he talked about eye discipline, sight, all this other stuff. Basically, the ability to use your eyes to follow the ball. They're about to snatch the ball. Maybe he's checking the lineup. Maybe he's checking something, or he's checking for a call from Lawson that's on the other side over there. But when they snap this ball, let's see, because you know this happens pretty fast. It's like a second, and it's like a half a second. He's hitting that line of scrimmage. So he turns his head back in, and he's lost. And see, but what happens? Like I said, he was here. That line shifted this way, and they opened up the A gap, which is between the left guard and the center. That one on the left side. When they opened it, it wasn't nobody there. There was nobody there. Nobody at all. And this guy was off to the races. Shoot, see it? Nobody there. There's nobody there. You know, it's not like it looked like it was some people there. They shifted that way. We were coming 9 this way, and you know, it was gone. But you know, this is great. This is beautiful. I first saw it when I saw him leap through the middle like that. I said, you know, this is nice. This is great. I said that we got Gale Sears and Whale Sears. You know, this is Whale Sears, because there's a shot of Gale Sears coming through the line just like that. And did you see that face mask? So we understand that sometimes some of these other people, we understand your plight when it comes to these referees not doing what they're supposed to do. But one thing I want to say about Kadyn Proctor, it's all well and good him running a couple of plays every once in a while. But I'm over that. Do you remember Game 3 last year when that man got hurt in warm-ups? Do you remember his arm? And then that same shoulder bothered him the whole year. And then that same shoulder kept him out from spring. Then that same shoulder that kept him from working out. That body went from wherever it was to like almost 380. They got him down to 360 now. He probably needs to be 345, but that's not my business. But you remember that shoulder that kept him out of most of the summer? Why are we running this? They get hit every play. When he runs like that, he takes 4 or 5 more hits. He's a big guy. He's 360 pounds. But you know what's not? His joints. Yeah, his joints. His joints don't. The guy that hit him was 300 pounds on that last play. Do we want to just imagine we got 17 games to play and we're going to the playoffs, we're going to win it all. We want to go there with I think you're going to get there by having the best people on the field, and him doing that. And they came out the very next play with another offensive lineman, I think it was Will Sanders, lead blocker for a jam for the touchdown. Hey man, all this stuff ain't necessary. I know they want to get him a touchdown and stuff, man, but probably should have did that back in the ULM, Wisconsin maybe. But right now, that's just me. But with all the decisions that were made against Mizzou, the decision, Coach Womack had decided to roll the dice, and he made a call. They didn't bench, as you saw, Damani Jackson. He played about 40 snaps instead of maybe, I think it was like, they only had 20 minutes. So I think they had about 50 or 60 snaps, something like that. But they put Dijon Lee in the game, freshman, 6'4". Can he cover? Did he get burned against Georgia? Yeah, I think it was Georgia. Yeah, he got burned up like sausage. No, it was Florida State, actually. Did he get burnt? Yeah, they said they can work with that. But what they cannot work with, and the way this defense is put together, they can't have people that can't stop the run. If you can't handle your run responsibilities, Mr. DB, you can't play. You know, Bray made in the video I just showed, Bray made a little oopsie. Step this way, and it's just that slight. You go on this side of the other guys instead of on this side. But if you don't remember that if I go this way, ain't nobody behind me. I'm the safety. So if I cheat over this way, or if I think make the right decision that I can see to go this way, but I know that those guys get those clickers when they send them dog rooms on Monday with them players. They're like, they click. Well, what did you see? I'm not seeing. What did you see that made you go over there? What did you see, Damani Jackson, that made you pinch down instead of keeping outside leverage? Meaning you had 10 teammates on this side, but behind you, you had none. So you came over here with the 10 instead of forcing the run to the 10. It's what they do. And we want to see them do it well. So Damani Jackson came over from USC, real big name at the time. Saban was recruiting him. Saban greeted him on his way out the door. But Lee was ready. Staff saw it in practice. They've been testing it. It's real easy to see if somebody can get off the block. You seen Josh Cuevas at him. You seen Josh at him. That's our tight end. And you see who can get off the block. Can you get off or can you not get off? And I think maybe the money is dinged up. Maybe he needs some less reps. It says it's not about hype, getting this freshman on the field. They say they showed that he can handle the scheme. They trust his technique, and he can finish the plays. Jackson is very talented, but he has had enough lapses that you can see just in the video I showed you. That looked like about 160 yards of rushing because Damani Jackson was not where he's supposed to be. And that ball hawking in that one pass play against Missouri, running past the man, waiting for the ball to come out of bounds. What was you going to get? Mr. Jackson, sir, respectfully, what were you going to do with the ball that you caught out of bounds? If he'd have just said, well, I'm out of bounds, and stood right there, a big 6'7" tight end from Missouri would just ran right into him. But no, caught the ball, Bray was beat, touchdown. So Alabama's defense, it's just one touchdown too many. They still in the top 22. They 22nd in the country. But the Tide is not going to babysit this man. They demanding what they want. This wasn't just a death chop shuffle. This is a warning shot. At Alabama, you don't play because of your name, because of the stars you got, transfer portal resume, or not even the compensation you may be receiving, because you got to earn it. Do you think Damani Jackson has more NIL or whatever going on than Dijon Lee? Yeah, Dijon Lee is about to be a freak of nature superstar at 6'4" as a DB if he goes out and continues to play like this. Zay Brown handling his business. He's a sophomore. Damani Jackson, he's just on notice. Like I said, they didn't bench him. They just said, man, you gotta mix you in, spare him. Put you at the start, the third DB slot, whatever they call it, the nickel or the dime. However they got it named, because we can't wait for him to catch up. We got a lot at stake. We know he can go to a combine and they'll forget everything and he on his way. But that ain't our situation. We got other needs here. He did play 40 snaps, but he needs to sharpen up or else. I still wonder, is he hurt that he can't do all he want to do? Is he trying to avoid contact because he's hurt? I don't know. But Dijon Lee, his presence brought the juice to the secondary. I mean, he got an interception, close the game out, if I'm not mistaken. Got aggressive coverage. He ain't scared to put his body on the line. He got hunger. He want to prove that he belong out there. And his energy, they say, is ripping through the defense. And suddenly, Alabama's back end is looking less like a question mark, because y'all know 156 yards a game is a bit much, but it took 100 and you mix in getting gashed 2 times a game for over 30 yards, you get rid of those. Just get rid of one of those. You down to 125. If you get rid of both of them, you're in the hundreds. But, we got to get it together, because like I said, a lot of people are going to be trying to do these running things against us and, running their quarterbacks especially. And some of those scrambles are going to just happen because it's just what happened. But you can't have a running back just running past all 11 people for a touchdown from 56 yards. That wasn't even the speed back, y'all. That wasn't even the speed back. And I will tell you this now, they did a good job, because both of those running backs, especially the Ahmad guy, he's very slippery. He breaks a lot of tackles. But everybody's going to take notes on what's happening. They're going to find something else to do. But the Tide secondary overall needs to sharpen their teeth when it comes to the run game. And I'm thinking that they're going to get tested a lot more because they're going to have to run longer routes against Tennessee, and then they're going to get tested in the run game. So in its purest form, Alabama is a meritocracy with a mean streak. Dijon Lee stepped up, and Damani Jackson played a little less, but the message is clear. If you want to wear crimson, you better bring more than potential. Got to bring production. And if you don't, there's another 3, 4, 5-star transfer person waiting. And now let's talk about the Big Orange Machine with a quick note on the injuries. When it comes to injuries, Jam got he got a concussion, so he's in a protocol. I haven't heard whether he's playing this weekend or not. Caden Jones, the linebacker, got hurt. He had to have some kind of ankle surgery this week, so he'll be out for some substantial time. Quay Rousseau is still on the mend, coming off of surgery from 10 days ago. Somebody got sick. It wasn't Rico Scott, but there was one receiver that's just been sick for a little while, and they expect him to be back, I think. But he's down. But the next man up mentality is definitely in impact. And the guy, Danny. Nope, not Danny. Derek Meadows, who took that vicious hit. He's recovering. Of course, he's going to be in the protocol for quite a while. That's not a 2-week hit. Probably won't see him again in the game until 3, but we need him back out there because I'm hearing that Ryan Williams, he was limping on the field. He took a shot 2 weeks ago, but he did. If you look at how they schemed it up, he took attention from other people so they could open up the pass game. People were wondering why he was out there. It's because he wanted to be a part. He didn't want to, they know that he attracts attention when he's out there. And I commend the young man, although he had not one catch. I think this weekend, was it this weekend? I don't think he had many catches, I'll say that much. But I commend him for gutting it out. And hopefully he'll be back up and running against Tennessee, and we can show him what real receivers do. So Coach DeBoer is not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. But Jam Miller's injury, it scared. I thought it was going to be it looked really bad. But the backfield is still a 3-headed monster because Ty Simpson does run. Daniel Hill can run. You're going to see a lot more what Daniel Hill can do going forward. And what's my man's name? Kevin Riley is out there also doing his thing. Now I want to know, I'm going to go deeper probably into the game, maybe on Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on Around the Herd on Tight Sports. But I just wanted to look at, how do we match up against Tennessee? When you talk about Caleb DeBoer versus Josh Heupel, it's kind of a push because, DeBoer has that no nonsense, show up, shut up, handle business attitude, whereas Heupel's about his tempo, tempo, his culture. And he's gotten some success up there over the last 4 or 5 years. Different blueprints, same ambition though. So it's not that much different. Oh, must be my alarm going off. Anyway, that's my calling me. Now, when it comes to Ryan Grubb versus Joey Halzle, who cares? He's a Tennessee coach. Get an edge to Alabama. Grubb's passing game craftsmanship, his multiplicative route trees. I got caught up like the president. Multiplicative route trees, personnel versatility, his QB friendly sequencing is something else. But they have seen that with when it comes to Tennessee's coach, their tempo is dangerous, but it's not been very efficient. And the answers that they've had for their quarterbacks against pressure, leads people to believe that Alabama has an advantage there if we can put pressure on the quarterback, get in his face. Definitely got a clear advantage when it comes to defense. I know people still griping about the run defense. I showed you what it's all about, what the problems are, and when they're trying to make some changes. They still may be a team that give up 120 yards every game, but when you're giving up so few in the passing game, you can kind of do that. But Womack's structure is solid. Disguises, leverage, if people follow orders on the leverage part. Situational discipline. But Banks has this heavy boom or bust type of defense. I saw it against Mississippi State. I watched a little bit of the game today. Mississippi State, they were just blitzing them and they were getting beat down the field. Like, you're like, oh, but the dude threw a 10, 20, 40-yard pass, he had a good chance of completing it. And that's how I didn't even finish the game. When I finished, I think last time I was watching the game in the fourth quarter, they were tired of Mississippi State. And I'm just beyond, I don't think a whole bunch of Mississippi State. But I'm not going to say that's, that don't mean nothing to us because we didn't play Mississippi State. But, yeah, the defense, we have the defensive edge at Alabama. Quarterbacks, I'm not even going, come on, Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson is one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the country. Stop playing. I don't even want to hear about it. Now, I'm going to be fair. Tennessee has an edge when it comes to running backs. It's a small, narrow edge because they get chunk plays, which we know we give them away. They got bursts, but we have injuries. And we just kind of start using it. We use the running game differently. Like I say, averaging 120 still matters when it's 3 yards at a time. That's that clock. That's how you get that. But then, I'm telling you, once the line starts to click, once people cave in, once we get the 2 or 3 running backs who can just go and go and go like jam, I think that 120 goes up to 150, and I think it can happen against this team because Tennessee's defense is a little light in the ass. Anyway, wide receivers, come on now. Come on. And I'll just say Tennessee's wideouts, they can gas you on tempo, but they work on rhythm. That's a rhythm offense. People say, what is rhythm offense is? If we keep the ball, not for 34 our average, but 37 minutes, they get a little panicky, because they're like, oh, we got to do it quick. We got to go quick. And if the quick don't work, they get more 3 and outs or more 5 and outs. I'll take 5 and outs too. More incomplete passes. And then they sitting down for 6 or 7 minutes game time, which is probably 30 minutes in regular time, and they don't know how to respond. They're like, we out here now, what we going to do? Tight end, they don't even use tight ends that much at Tennessee, which means we better watch them. It means if they don't use their tight ends, maybe they're going to sleep. I told you, people do not check tight ends, including Alabama. We use our tight end. Cuevas is very functional. He can block, and he can get out in that route. You be like, oh, man, they got 4 people out here? Yes, I do. And one is built like a doggone refrigerator. Caleb Edwards, over Danny comes back. Danny's out there too. And Caleb Edwards is bigger than doggone Cuevas. But what that means too is maybe Tennessee doesn't have a tight end that can put that work on them when they doing their scrimmaging. They don't even know how to get ready for a Josh Cuevas because they're like, yeah, we can run some different routes, but if you got a big hulking 280-pound tight end who's there because he was a skinny tackle out of high school and you just needed somebody to block, that ain't gonna help you none when you out there trying to scrimmage. So clearly got that advantage. The offensive line is a push. Our rotation has gotten better and it's getting us to the right formula. They said Wilkin Former is going to that inside to guard a lot more. And the young guy is the freshman is over there on the other tackle. Told y'all he was nasty. That's the guy with the IMG Academy. He said, I want to build a pipeline from IMG Academy all the way to Tuscaloosa. I'm like, can somebody pass me a shovel? He nasty. Is that Simmons? I can't remember his name right now. But they have a very athletic, dynamic line at Tennessee because they can go. I just think they may be a little light. They're giving us, I'm giving myself an advantage at the defensive line. We just still got too many people beat up. But the young guys, Edric Hill and several of them, they're coming along, learning how to use their strength and their size. And so I give that to us. Tennessee has the advantage in linebackers because we just beat up. We just beat up. We got nothing but Galls and pads and Soybean Jr. up in the doggone linebacker room. And of course, we get the edge in the secondary. So I think everything is going to go well for Alabama this week. I'm going to report more of the inside stories coming up here on Thursday. And I just think, it's going to be it's a rivalry game, third Saturday in October. It's personal in Tuscaloosa under the lights. So bring that swag out there. Let's make it happen. So If we stay efficient and the secondary limits those trunk plays on the ground and in the air, the crowd becomes a multiplier. They gotta get loud. Du Bois says he needs to be very, very, very loud. So we can get 4 or 5 false starts. That's really gonna help. Let's see. If Tennessee tilts the turnover battle and it keeps pace, we're talking about fourth quarter drama, and we don't want that. We want to be smooth as butter, sharp as a shiv. That's the breakdown. If you want it spun into if you want to spin this thing into some kind of battle going back and forth, I think we still can win it. But why? Let's just take it down. Hold on for one. So here we are, third Saturday in October. We're sharpening our teeth against a bunch of teams over the last couple of weeks. And, it is what it is. Dejon Lee steps in, locks it up. That's not luck. That's not a chance. That's the Alabama standard. Get next man up. Got to execute. If it ain't work, we're going to get somebody else. Not a big orange machine. Come down there, stinking up the joint. Dogs running all over the place. They better bring their pooper scoopers with them. Thinking about tempo and trickery, and Tennessee wants to measure up fine. But remember, Alabama doesn't measure. We set the bar. We don't chase, we dictate. And when the likes of hit Brian Denny, it's not a football game, it's a reckoning. In Tennessee, your time has come. The edges, we got them. We got all the edges. The intangibles, we own them. We got the crowd. You're in our spot this year. We got history, too, on our side. Maybe not last year, but we got history. So, Tennessee, bring your tempo. Bring that noise. When the dust settles, in this new Du Bois era, we expect to be victorious. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing you'll be taking back up to I-59 is another reminder that the elephant doesn't share the stage, especially with stinking dogs. So it isn't about the edge. It's about who has backbone. Alabama's been breaking backs, for a while now. And we're getting back to it. My boys are hitting hard. So buckle on up, Orange. Come on down here. Heupel. Or, was it? He's Bobby from the cartoon show. He looked just like Bobby. Bobby? What show is that? King of the Hill. Yeah. He looks like Bobby. So you want the Tide, now you got it. When the clock hits 0, remember, we still don't like you. Win, lose, or draw. But I'm ready. I got my cigar right here. This is Acid, Cuba Grande. Huh? You don't know about that? I know PhD gonna have her cigar ready to go. She's not gonna smoke it though. And we're ready to go. So I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you for joining me here on Facebook and YouTube. I'm gonna get out. Oh yeah, I'm out there on TikTok too. I got some dance routines coming together. I'm gonna do some breaking things. Like I'm looking for some cardboard. I've grown a lot since the mid 80s or early 80s. So, but look out for that. But don't forget to smack that subscribe button. Share this link if you can. Hit that notification so you'll know when I drop a video. And remember to poke that like button right in the eye. Please poke it in the eye. Shout out to my fellow Alabama fans at Be Sharp, at Sharpshooters Podcast, Kangaroo Black, Bama Moore, The Long Run with Piano Man, Rags and Fitness. Thank you all for making Alabama great always. And I want to wish the following SEC creators a successful tiddlywink season at the schools of their choice. So good luck to the brothers over there, Auburn Addict, Water Cooler Talk, Bubba and the Old Man. Yeah, it's SEC season. And over there, the Up-Tempo podcast with my man Justin and Huggy Beard, a.k.a. the Rooster Mac, and Fandy Chris. I hope you've recovered by now because you got another part of the season to play. Hey, Fandy Chris, we will see you in the playoffs. I'm hoping that their teams end up with spectacular chess teams that go on to win national championships from years to come. So join me on Thursday. I'll be here with bells on and closed, bells and closed. And like we always say, until next time, roll, tide, Right.